Dear students, welcome back. Now, in this series, which I have started for the students of English literature, that they should understand the basic literary forms and various literary terms. So, this video series, will cover all the basic literary forms and terms which are very important for a student of literature. So first we'll begin with poetry, because obviously poetry was the first genre which came in oral tradition. So in poetry also, lyric is the first form, literary form that we are going to discuss today. Now lyric is as old as human beings, because human heart is full of emotions, and whenever we feel any kind of passionate emotions, then we like to sing. So lyric is nothing but a song. अब जैसा आपने रेडियो में भी सुना होगा कि कोई भी गीत की फरमाइश आती है तो उसमें पहले बोला जाता है ये गीत लिखा है आनंद बख्शी ने, और इसकी धुन बनाई है लक्ष्मीकांत प्यारेलाल ने, और इसे आवाज़ दी है मोहम्मद रफ़ी. So lyric means the song which is written by a poet. So the word lyric, it has been derived from the French word lyric, okay, which means a short poem, and it has further come from the Greek word lyrikos, which means anything which was suitable to be played with the music, or which can be accompanied with music, right? So what is lyre? Lyre actually is a musical instrument, a U-shaped musical instrument, which was played to accompany the intensely personal poet, revealing the thoughts and feelings of the poet. So it has something to do with your intense thoughts and feelings. And lyric is a kind of song when someone sings from the heart, then it becomes a lyric. So in nowadays, this refers to a short non-narrative poem which expresses your intense personal emotions. What are your intense personal emotions? The intense personal emotions are your the feelings or the emotions of love, hatred, anger, agony. So these are the intense personal emotions in the form of a song. So you can understand lyric is a word which has come from the French word lyric, which means a short poem, which is further come from the Greek word lyrikos. And actually lyrikos comes from lyre, and lyre, it is a musical instrument. You can see it here. This is a U-shaped stringed musical instrument, okay. And lyric means when the poet expresses his or her intense personal emotions. That means it is a kind of song, okay. Then what are the various forms of lyric? You will find, and we will discuss later, what are elegies, odes and sonnets. So they are various forms of lyrical poetry, right? So odes, sonnets, as well as elegies. Elegies are the poems which are written to remember someone who is actually not there, someone dead. And we'll discuss odes and sonnet in the coming videos, okay. So you must remember right now here is that odes and sonnets are also form of lyrical poetry. So a lyric is actually the expression of the mood of the poet. And when poet expresses himself or herself, then it is written generally in first person, that I feel, I think so. And for example, John Milton's sonnet on his blindness and St. Coleridge's Frost at Midnight, they begin with I, the first person pronoun. I means the poet himself. Or it's not important that every time the lyric should have the first person or the poet as a speaker. It may be someone, an invented character whom you called persona. So persona we will discuss later in literary terms. So persona is nothing but the feelings are identified not directly with the poet but indirectly with an invented character, which whom we call persona, right? So we understood what is lyric, what are various forms of lyric, and now let's understand what is the subject matter of lyric. Now, lyric, you must remember, lyric is just your personal emotion, intense personal emotions. So what can be the subject matter? So a lyric may express the state of mind of the speaker, how he's feeling right now. Okay, so as you can see in Robert Burns' A Red Red Rose, or it may be in the form of an elaborate praise of his lady love. It may be a praise of his lady love. For example, Ben Jonson's Drink to Me with Thine Eyes, right? Or it may be an argumentative persuasion to, persuade his beloved to shed her shyness, like Andrew Marvell's to his coy mistress. Or it may express an emotional problem faced by the speaker. There may be some emotional turmoil, emotional conflict, which may be going on in the mind of the poet. So it may express that problem, as in Matthew Arnold's Dover Beach. And then we have two types of lyrics. So first is a personal lyric. Personal, as the name itself suggests, personal focuses on the poet's personal emotions and arguments that lead to a conclusion. So both heart and mind, your heart has emotions and the mind has arguments. So personal lyric focuses on both personal emotions and the arguments, and finally leading to a conclusion. Whereas a dramatic lyric, focuses more on the argument provided by the poet. So dramatic lyric will have a situation, and it will focus more on the argument which is provided by the poet. So let's repeat it again. The subject matter of lyric, it may express the state of mind of the speaker, or it may be a praise of his lady love. It may be an argument or persuasion, to persuade his beloved, right? Or it may be an emotional expression of an emotional problem. So speaking of the heart and mind, right? Then there are two types of lyrics: the personal lyric, which focuses on personal emotions and arguments, and a dramatic lyric, which focuses on the argument, and it has some dramatic situations or a dramatic setup. Then what is the structure of organization of a lyric? That means how it is structured. So it will have a beginning. It has got a logical structure. It has a beginning, middle, and an end. So beginning means the initial setting up of that argument or idea. So beginning introduces the main or the central idea. Then it is developed in the middle, and finally in the end, the entire thing is summed up, and then this concludes the discussion. So this is the structure of the lyric, and this is one example. Ben Jonson's Drink to Me with Thine Eyes, a stanza from that poem, and you just listen how it expresses the intense emotions of the poet. Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine, or leave a kiss but in the cup, and I'll not look for wine. The thirst that from the soul doth rise, doth ask a drink divine. But might I of Jove's nectar serve, I would not change for thine. So, this is lyrical and uh, basically concerning human emotions and intense human emotions and passions, right? So, just go through it